Hello and welcome to this second line day. We're exploring the lines of gate 37, the gate of family and friendship. And here in the second line, we have responsibility. And we know very well that the 37-2, because of the structure of all second lines, is not likely to be taking responsibility for anything other than itself, because it doesn't really know that it has the capacity to take responsibility in that sense. It has to be recognized by others. Second lines don't like to be distracted. They're going about their business, and all of a sudden, somebody says to them, you've got to be responsible for the brother or their sister or their mother, father, or whatever it happens to be. And just because a second line gets pulled out, it doesn't necessarily mean that that is going to be a success, which brings us back to the quality of discernment again. Now, lines like this show us really clearly why all second lines have to be properly prepared. When you see a second line in your design or somebody else's, you know that this is a place for education, so that we can all be prepared for what other people see in the second lines that we have. In the exaltation, we have the understanding of the principle of individual responsibility as the foundation for successful cooperation. The possibility of friendship through individual responsibility. I just want to check. It is, yeah. This second line, I was looking at my AV Ching. The second line is the only line in Gate 37 that doesn't have a lifetime learning. So this tells us that responsibility is something that theoretically we come in with an understanding of. So what this exaltation is saying is, please don't make me responsible for you. I'm already responsible for myself. Why aren't you responsible for yourself? This is the lament of all 37 twos. Why do I have to be responsible for you? I'm responsible for me. What this is saying is that, as long as you make no demands on the 37-2, you can have a relationship with them. If you have this line, it can be very hard for you to be in relationships or in friendships in which other people are dependent on you, because you will always end up being sort of pulled to the other side of this line, which is telling them what they should do, which is basically butch up and be responsible for yourself. The detriment says a tendency to point out the responsibility of others, the possibility that friendship will lead to pointing out the responsibilities of others. Same thing, really. You go knocking on their window because you see that they can be responsible and they're being responsible for themselves, naturally, ignorantly, really, as a matter of fact. You knock on the window, you tell them they have to do this or that, and they reply, no, you should be the one doing this. You should be the one looking after that. And it's the 37, so they do it with a smile. If you take the initial binary here in this hexagram, the first and second lines, they really give you the essence of the nature of a successful family. We have the respect and we have individual responsibility. And only out of the combination of these two energies can come a cooperative lifestyle. The moment there isn't respect, nobody's taking responsibility, you're going to have all kinds of dilemmas that come up. Respect and individual responsibility must be inherent in the bargain. Otherwise, you're just growing dependencies. The heading above the lines in the Ravi Ching, it says the manifestation macro and microcosmically of the organic nature of communities. The projection here is not about the family unit, not at all. It's about being in the family, projecting into the family. This is a projection that doesn't have the introspection to recognize the true guidelines or values or even the nature of the family. It simply knows that it has to belong somewhere in order to get its resources. The grounding, of course, through the 40 in the second line, it's called resoluteness. This is the power of the ego to be comfortable in its aloneness. Gate 40 is also a gate of denial. So this is the resoluteness to deny the bargain, to deny the needs of the tribe. perhaps even to deny the responsibilities that the 37 gets called out to fulfill. No, no, I won't do that. That's your responsibility. I am resolute in this. You go do it yourself. Have to have the smile, the 37 smile. The moon is still in gate 41. It's been there since 9:09 GMT. Next, it visits gate 19. And we're all pretty familiar with these gates now. It's not that long ago since we've been through them. So this is the root pressure, just to refresh your memory, the root pressure to be sensitive, because it's the start of this stream of sensitivity that our sun and earth are in at the moment. It's being sensitive to the needs of the tribe, to the resources of the needs of the tribe. And it can translate to being needy, to being oversensitive. Perhaps, when we're tired or we haven't been invited to support anybody else. It's a projector channel after all. It needs recognition. It needs an invitation. Doesn't matter what type you are. If you have this activation, then these storylines, these keynotes, they get woven in to the holistic nature of the entire unique design. So today the sun transits 2 lines, which means that you will be getting 2 videos. I will post the next one at around 8 p.m. GMT, and there will also be another moon transit in with that one. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you very much for joining me for this one, and I will see you again a little bit later on. Okay, take care. Bye-bye now.